Welcome to the Tiny Monarch. It's cooking time. So this is we're not going to let you see 99% of the kitchen right now because it's a mess and I haven't cleaned it yet. But we have a fire started so that we can heat up our proofing box over here. In the meantime, while that works up, we are going to make bread. We are actually going to use Spelt, which we have a Humago big bag full. We got it for free, a 25-pound bag. Never used Spelt before, but I have ground it up, and we are going to give making bread a whirl with Spelt. So I'm not sure you'll be able to read that, but that's okay. You can go to Homesteading Family YouTube channel and discuss with Caroline her bread recipe. In the meantime, I'm gonna get going. I got warm water going. I'm not gonna turn on the water because Sandy's taking a hot shower. She's not feeling well today, and I don't want to tap the water supply. So I'm heating up some water. I'm gonna get out the yeast and the honey and the flour and everything else, and I'll get back with you after I have it all in the bowl. You are gorgeous and I love you. So back to the bread. There it is. There's the dough ball. I've never used Spelt before, and we got a 25-pound bag of it for free. We were picking up our Azure standard order, and the guy had 2 bags of it on his truck that were unlabeled, and he hadn't found anybody that was missing it. So he said, "You want it? You can have it." So I took it. So we cooked a little bit once, and it was kind of blah. But then I found that you can make it flour out of it and make bread. So I made bread. Well, I made dough. It's a little grainy. I'm not sure it would pass the window pane test, but that's what you get with a grainy grain like this.
You're not there yet. Don't you have to make it rise and all that?
Right, it's got to rise. So it's about to go up into the proofing attic and rise for an hour. And then we'll bring it down and see where it stands. There we go. So we've pulled the aforementioned dough from the attic. Let us hope it has risen. Ha! We have rise. So now, lunch. Onto the counter. Sorry, leftover from lunch. Here, Ma.
Has a distinct odor.
It does. So now it says to put it in the pan.
Like that?
It didn't say how to get it there. I'm just trying to fill all the corners. Kind of level.
Does it rise again?
And then it's got to rise again. So, good night, sweet friends. Good night. We'll just set you here by the oven, which is preheating at 425. And we'll see you back in a half an hour. So here we have it. The I think that's as rised as it's going to get. Oven is preheated to set 400 degrees, and it's just going to go in for 15 minutes. And wow, that's hot. Watch the smoke alarm go off because I put it open the oven. Alrighty. So now while that's cooking, I get to do the dishes. Yay, me. Well, the loaf came out. It did not rise anymore after putting it in the oven. So I am not really sure what to say about using Spelt for flour for making bread. Maybe we'll have to try again. Maybe I need to mix it a little bit with some more white flour. Maybe I just need to let it rise again. Not sure. You could hear Sandy in the background hollering from the bedroom. If you've got any better ideas, leave some comments below. So we have 23 pounds of it to go still. So once it cools, because it did thump, we'll cut it open and see what she looks like. Well, I'm not sure you can see it, but mighty dense looking spelt bread. I've cut the end off. Sorry, I have to butter it because, sorry, I lost you there for a second. I'm doing this one-handed, but I like butter on my toast, even though it's not toasted, but it is still warm. As you can see, the butter is just melting. So it's gritty.
That's what I was afraid of.
It tastes okay. Probably should have put a little more honey in it. But it is gritty. That could be because of the Ninja that I used to grind it. It wasn't really a grinder. So maybe if we ground it finer, it would be better. Maybe it's because it's the end and it's got lots of crust. Look who wants some. Guess who's not gonna get any? That's teapot. Okay, that's it for our experimenting with making bread from spelt. We will try and have to come up with something else to do with the other 24.5 pounds. Ah, yes. Good morning.
You looking at the floor?
I'm showing the dogs.
Why?
So we're gonna tootle outside on this oh so brightness. Check out that brightness. Sunny morning.
And bird.
14 degrees. I'm sorry, 19 degrees.
No, it's 23 now.
Oh. And they didn't see the squirrel. We just had a squirrel in the front yard. The dog just ran all over the place after it. Not. It's running away way over there. And the dogs don't care. They just see us.
Yes, it'll stabilize. Honey, I put you out front. Close your mouth.
There you go. I don't know what you're seeing because the back screen turned off on me. I hate that.
Just touch it.
But when I'm doing something, I don't want to have to reach around and touch the thing.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, my boots are frozen. I can't get my shoe and my foot in it. That's the problem with keeping boots on the deck. Sorry about that, people. Okay. Yeah. Got a little frost still. Got to move the wood pile. And close the gate so the dogs don't get around back. I guess it's on me to pick up the trash today. Here, I'll point you at the, see if I can point you over there towards the chicken coop. Sandy's putting the chickens up. We're not going to let them free range today. Today is just going to be the internal coop, I think. I don't know, maybe she'll change her mind. So the Siskovich tractor over here.
Got a bloody mess back there.
We're going to Wow, my arm's just not long enough. The Siskovich, we're going to modify and bring with us to the new property. I don't believe we're planning on trying to take that down. That would take a long time.
It depends.
Yes.
I don't know how we do it.
Yeah, me either. So we're taking the Siskovich and we're going to put some nest boxes in it. And that will be our temporary mobile coop for the chickens. Hi, dog. Welcome to the backyard. The dogs were never allowed in the backyard. We used to have fence going across from there up to, there still is fence up in here that goes towards the front. But we had never let the dogs back here, mostly because I don't like having to think about whether I'm stepping in dog back here. Everything, as you can see, is brown. So hard to see brown on brown. We're now down to 15 layers. We have our 2 Rhode Island Red mascots. They are in the 3-year-old range. The Australorps are 1.5 to 2 years old now. 2 years maybe?
No, not quite, but we probably do need to raise more.
Put one down the other day. They do like being outside. So Sandy's got the wood chips. Time to go put another layer in the deep mulch bed going in the back of the chicken coop. Wow. I don't remember the last time the dogs were out here running around like that.
Hey, we gotta go that way. Pull it.
I'm not going that way, honey. I'm going this way. It is nice, pretty property. Plenty of down trees to make firewood out of, that's for sure. We'll miss it. We'll not much room back here.
Just enough.
So this is the back side of the coop. I'm not. Go away, dog. Leave that alone.
Is it still a pin or is it ripped?
I don't know. I figured at this point we just bring the thing back in the thing.
No, I'm not putting a trash can.
Oh, okay.
Much more convenient. Oh, that's fun.
This is the back side of the coop.
Oh, you don't want to see that. You don't want to smell that. Thank God
Whoops.
there is no smell of it.
Oh, and there's an egg in the poop.
Oh,
I guess I'm gonna have to get some. Come on, dog. Well, I'm gonna go get some.
Okay, I'm wearing that. That's what I get for opening a fresh bag.
Okay, I'm gonna run get some tin snips, and I'm gonna cut this down a little bit.
Okay.
Finally.
Just lift it.
Do you want me to leave the camera here watching you?
Watching you throw. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So one of the doors on the back of the coop hits the tins. It did not used to. When we first started, we had a different set of tin on top. But we had to rearrange some tins and we put some longer tins on. We put some longer tin on it so that it would, because we extended the front out. And now the longer tins have a buckle that bends over, which is kind of nice because it drips down. Leave it, dog. Well, that's what you get. When you put chicken bones in the compost bin. I just found a couple of backs, breastplates, backbones from chickens that we threw the chicken bones in the compost bin. Now that the dogs are in the backyard, they're enjoying trying to eat chicken bones that have been who knows how long. Leave it. Go and get up on the deck. Okay, so.
Oh, that just broke.
What just broke? The egg? Fly, be free. Gotta be old enough to get that reference. Do you need some help, honey?
No, I'm having trouble getting hold of it.
Okay, well, I'll trade you. Camera for the...
It doesn't need to be.
Have the camera. I'm not sure what you're looking at.
That's close.
No. Do you have the camera?
I do. I have a camera. Everything looks so dead. I'm gonna say it's depressing. It is kind of depressing. But then again, it's better than being in the city. See what I mean? It takes forever. It almost would be better. But then again, if you dump a bunch in there, you try to spread it out with your hands.
I'm not dumping.
Ew, gross. Chicken squat on your hands. So did you tell them that we've been sickers?
Nope, I didn't.
Yeah, we've been sick. Usually it's just me that's sick. No COVID. I know, is that taboo on YouTube? But oh well. Just been on so much medication. It's just wreaking havoc on me beyond whatever's going on with my, you know. Anyway, but we're coming, I think I'm more than halfway through it, thank goodness. So, amongst everything else, getting documents to the lender and stuff done, and the realization that when we left Florida, we sold pretty much everything. So, in order to move from a tiny house to a regular house, we need everything. And on top of it, they're taking the appliances with them. Everything but the kitchen sink. Hardy har har. So, and of course we can't make big purchases like appliances and furniture and such until it closes. So we'll have nothing in this house. It will be a totally blank. So yeah, and for me, being a planner, it's a nightmare.
The beauty of it is we don't have to move out the day we move in.
Yeah, praise God. But we are open to offers on the tiny house property tiny house
Combination there.
Whatever suits, because it's a tiny house on wheels is not a house, and you wouldn't be able to get a loan like a normal loan. So we're open to whatever, you know. Anyway, yep, pretty much anything. And I mean, yeah, you guys can look back on our YouTube channel. We have the original build video from the builder, so you can see what it looked like when it was a blank slate. We've made changes. You can also track through and see some of the changes that we've made to the house to give it an alternate heating source. We also replaced the air conditioner. I don't think we filmed any of that. I don't think we filmed the install of that.
I don't remember.
But
pain in the neck.
Anyway, but it was cheaper than having somebody come out and do something permanent because we didn't want to do that. So anyway, Hi, Tad. Are you cold yet? My fingers are frozen. I sure hope that fireplace is still going. You happy now that you cut the metal off of there? And now it's going to be really super sharp?
Well, it's just as sharp as it was before.
Okay. So
I need to dump that in the thing?
In the trash can, yeah. Yes, please. And then we'll put the plastic bag over the top so that when it rains on Thursday, it doesn't get all wet. Yay. So, yeah. We're hoping next weekend, which is supposed to be sunnier, we're feeling better and we can really hit the barn hard and pack up all the tools, because whether we take that barn with us or not, that barn, it has to be packed up and emptied either way. So it is quite feasible that we may not actually be completely into this other house till April. With a supposed mid...
The bag's gonna stay in it.
Okay, with a supposed mid-March closing.
So I can't get to the trash bag?
That's all right.
Well, you can hand it to me.
Well, okay. There's the dogs. We'll let you watch the dogs frolic in the woods. Much more interesting than watching him put a trash bag over a trash can that leaks. Having fun? I'm a mess. I'm covered in this pine chip stuff. They're just having a good old time. Get some exercise finally in that little tiny house all the time. Hey girls. It's cold out, right? It looks so weird not having anything back here anymore. But we sure improved the soil in this spot right here, y'all. Major big time. Some of the best dirt I ever bought was in here. There's lots of compost in here. Pig dung, chicken dung, rabbit poo. I think that's about it.
Yeah, we've got to keep an eye out for the dogs finding chicken bones from the compost bin.
I
Like
think they're too busy running right now. Is that a potato or a rock?
No, that's a rock.
Oh. Leave it.
Leave it.
So we have several outbuildings. He probably showed you all of them.
No.
I am not taking outbuildings down. I refuse to take outbuildings down. They will stay. It's called the pit stop. So if somebody ends up buying this property without the house separate as a hunting property, they can put their little tootie pooter in there and have themselves a place to use the dawn in privacy. Not that they care, but you know, whatever. They could actually, you could probably also rig up a hanging thing in there. So if you hunted a deer or something, you could probably take that deer and hang it up in there. That way predators wouldn't get to it until you processed it. So that's kind of cool. Didn't even think about that.
Right.
But all the other little structures that we have are basically, you know, a little higher than waist high. So they'd probably work for some goats, sheep, pigs, whatever. Get some out of them. We used them for pigs, but it would work for dogs. Anything. And there's another one down the hill. Down here, just the last place that we rotated. And I think he took the camera over here before, but I'll go over here anyway. Right down there. It actually has a roof that used to be our truck bed cover, but it broke, so I said, hey, let's use this. And there will be some fencing back on the property, but not as much as here right now, because this was just fencing we temporarily put up for the last pig rotation. So it's coming down. We're gonna need, there is no fencing on this new property, guys. So that's about the size of it. We have had our little jaunt outside, and it's probably going to be best if we go back in, because no setbacks. Want my gloves? Can I leave my gloves with you?